at Haoma, the cuisine that we do is called Neo-Indian, which is the food of India before it was colonized, and we've taken to the food of my forefathers from the city that I come from and just modernized it without letting go of any traditional flavors. So over here what you have is a kebab from the streets of India, which is usually made with lamb, but we have made it with mutsutaki mushrooms, and the roti or the bread that is eaten with the kebab has been turned into a cornet. It's flavored with het top, which are Thai truffles, some lemon, and flowers of fennel that grow here in the urban farm. So I request you to eat that in one bite, and let's get your dinner started, please. Thank you.
This is from a place called Ria Spices in Spain. Ria Spices is known for a typical grape variety called Albarino. Albarino tends to be native to this region, right? And it's very dry, mineral driven, but has a touch of sweetness, not too much. I chose this specifically by the glass because it blends with the spices really well. And this is from a guy called Julio Pomares. So Julio is a very hard-working guy. He does everything by hand, and that's the beauty of this wine. Usually there's a lot of bulk production, right? But Zurate comes on a very allocation basis. It's just that not a lot of people drink it in Thailand, so I can get a lot of it and share it with everybody. Please. Next course. This is inspired from our farms in Chiang Mai. While researching on the menu, Chef DK wanted to do a dish with tomatoes, but we couldn't find some juicy tomatoes the way they exist outside Thailand. So with the help of this guy called Kiao, who's a farmer, I think he's a tomato genius. We've now been able to grow about 23 different kinds of tomatoes with him. In India, we have a dish called tomato shorba, which is like spiced tomato consomme soup. So it's a take on that. So what chef has given you is Indian borage leaf, which is just growing outside in the garden right here, the first one, with some sphere of the tomato soup, which I'm going to be serving you in the form of a mist of rain. And inside we've got some green apple, cucumber and celery ice, along with some carrot and blueberries. And this would be your tomato soup. This is inspired from the streets of India. It is one of the most consumed street foods back home. From Bombay to Calcutta, this is like 100 different names and 100 different variations, I say. We call it Gol Gappa. Gol means a sphere and Gappa means a dumpling. Usually it is made out of semolina, but here the chef is using a whole wheat and potato puff to make it into a sphere. Inside he stuffed it with some yogurt, some mashed potatoes tempered with spices and chickpeas, a little bit of mint, a little bit of tamarind and dehydrated cumin powder. In the bottles next to you we've got some raw mango, black salt and cumin water. So what you need to do is pick it up by hand, have it in one single bite so that the flavor explodes, just like a dumpling. And then once you're done eating that, open up the bottles and drink the water like a shot. Please.
กินทั้งลูกเลยเหรอพี่โอ้โห
ได้คำเดียววันไบต์เห็นไหมซดตาม
Of course, this is called Haoma in a bite. Everything what we grow in the restaurant has been compressed into one single bite. So the extreme layer outside is of tilapia fish, which is being bred in the restaurant. It's marinated in dashi overnight, and followed by the yellow line which you see is a layer of mustard. Fresh mustard leaves are growing here, so the chef makes a paste out of it and puts it into a layer, followed by a green layer of the compressed jelly of all the herbs which are growing outside in the garden. Then at the center, whatever food waste is there, that is combined with rye flour and turned into a rye crisp. And on top, the tiny green leaves you see, that's my favorite herb in the garden. It's called wasabi mazune. So it's like a leaf which tastes like wasabi. All you need to do, just like a sashimi, pick it up by hand and have it in one bite. This dish is called the farmer's fuel, only for one reason. Farmers tend to eat something after a hard day's work when they come back home, which gives them energy. This is a very traditional course, I would say. It comes in from the state of Rajasthan, where I come from. So what we have here is a leavened bread, which is made into a sphere, and it is cooked in clarified butter and stuffed with lentils and spices inside. To accompany this, we've got some buffalo butter, followed by eggplant relish, tomato chutney, and mango pickle, which tends to be a little salty and spicy. What you need to do is break this into two, apply everything plentiful, but the pickle a little bit, not too much. Please.
When he goes back home to India, this is what he eat the first thing back home. This is our modern take on chicken tikka masala, one of the very popular Indian dish, where in the base your chicken tikka, right on the top is a makhani curry. Traditionally it is served very hot back home, but what chef do is a cold curry, like a sorbet. And on the base some jackfruit pickle, which we grow in our garden here, and some mint sauce and pickled onions. Please enjoy.
Roses that have been fermented and turned into a sorbet, along with some white chocolate terrine, and her name is Nadia, which in Arabic means the moon, so we have the moon on the plate as well.
Wow.
Please enjoy your dessert.
Thank you